Hi, welcome to this video and thank you for joining me. So I've got Shiri here. I was waiting for her to move, but she doesn't want to, so I'm just going to leave her there and talk while she's sat here, because I think she's enjoying sitting with the crystals. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the crown chakra today, and I've got some crystals and stones to show you that you might want to use if you want to do any kind of crystal healing work with the crown chakra. So the crown chakra, also known as the Sahasrara chakra, is the chakra or energy center that is found at the top of our heads, and the colors that represent this chakra are violet and white. So as you can see, I've got some purple stones here, some clear stones, some white stones. So basically any of the crystals that are purple, white, clear would be ones that you can use if you want to work with the crown chakra or do any crown chakra healing or balancing or work. So the crown chakra is predominantly to do with spirituality and faith and connection. So connection to spirit, to God, to the universe, to all that is, to divinity. So any kind of connection that you feel that you have or you don't have would be linked to the crown chakra. It's to do with wisdom, so wisdom and sharing of this wisdom with the world. It's to do with service to the world, to all beings. It's to do with unity and oneness and feeling that sense of connection, not just with a god or divinity or the universe, but feeling that connection and oneness to all that is, to every being, to every living being, to every person, to every animal, to every plant. So feeling that consciousness that is within you, that lives in you, that runs through you, and feeling that and recognizing that in every other living being. This chakra is to do with letting go and surrender. So again, those are things that are linked to enlightenment and spiritual awakening and realizing truth and self-realization. It's to do with being present. So are you present? Are you in the moment? And to be present, to be fully present, to be fully in the moment is to be awake. I mean, that is the definition of being an awakened person, is to be fully present in the now, not in the head, not in the thoughts, not in the mind, not caught up with the narrative of the mind, of the ego, to be fully present here and now, and to not be in that sense of suffering, to not be experiencing suffering, which is obviously created and caused by our minds, by our thoughts, by our egos. But that is a topic that I'll probably want to cover and talk about more in another video, because there's quite a lot to it. Yeah, so let's see what else this chakra is about. So basically spiritual awakening, spirituality, realization, connection, letting go, surrender. It's to do with clarity, so having clarity about your life and who you are. It's to do with purpose, so do you feel that you know or that you have realized your purpose, like what you're here to do in this world? What is your purpose? What is your meaning? And obviously we all have the same inner purpose, which is to realize our true natures, to awaken to reality, to realize our enlightenment, to realize our Buddha nature. But we all have a different outer purpose in the world. So do you feel that you are in connection with that, or do you feel that that's something that is blocked for you? Do you feel a bit confused or a bit kind of lost with what you should do in the world, what you should be doing? And if that is the case, then this might be a chakra that you want to work on, that you want to concentrate on. It's to do with the mind, so having a sharp mind, so having clarity, clarity of thought. It's to do with intelligence as well. And ultimately, it's to do with trust. So, do you have trust in your life? Do you have trust in your purpose? Do you have trust in the world? Do you feel happy to be here, happy to be alive? Do you trust that higher consciousness? Do you trust that spirit, that God? Or do you not? Do you feel angry with God in some way? Do you feel like you don't have a relationship with God or something higher? And do you want to cultivate one? Do you want to open this chakra, this center, and be more connected? And really, to have that connection is to feel more fulfilled in life, to feel more at peace with yourself and others and the world, and just to be more at peace with being here and being a human. And you know, because that can bring challenges and suffering, and sometimes we can just feel so alone and question what's it all about. And to have that connection, to have that faith to something deeper is just really valuable and really rewarding, especially in my experience, definitely. So if that is something that you would like to work on, then you might want to focus more on the crown chakra. If you feel that you're more of a materialistic person, that you're more focused on obtaining and cultivating goods and buying things and all that kind of thing, then yeah, you might have a little bit of a blockage in the crown, or a bit more of an imbalanced. And like I said, if you do feel a detachment, a disconnection from divinity, God, or spirituality, or lack of purpose, then again, this chakra might be something that you can work with. And it is really rewarding to have that, like I said, for many different reasons, to have that trust, that connection, that relationship with something deeper, and ultimately to realize that what you're seeking with, you know, these things that you're buying or these things that you're doing is something that you've already got within. But again, that's something else we can talk about in another video. So the crown chakra is a symbol of enlightenment, and it is linked to meditation. So any kind of meditation work that you do, any sort of spiritual connection work that you do, you could focus on and work with the crown chakra. And it is linked to Om, so the word Om or the chant Om. So even simply chanting Om would be a way to connect with the crown chakra, to open the crown chakra. Yes, so there is a lot more that I could say about the crown, but I think you probably got the gist of what it's about. So spirituality, awakening, enlightenment, awareness as well. So how aware you are of reality, of truth, how conscious you are as a person. So anything to do with spirituality and the spiritual journey. So that's why I would like to talk more about that in another video, but we're just focusing on the sort of main properties and main theme of the crown chakra in this video. So if this chakra is one that's more balanced for you or more open, then you may be going through a spiritual awakening, you may be in a spiritual process, and you may get a real sense of that as your purpose as well. And yeah, you might be deeply and firmly rooted on a spiritual journey. But it doesn't mean that you can't work with this chakra to cultivate and deepen that connection, that relationship even further, and to to progress more on your spiritual journey. Okay, so I'm just going to show you some crystals that you can use if you do want to work with the crown chakra. See, Shiri's enjoying herself. So we've got amethyst here. So amethyst is a really good one to work with. It's really easy to get hold of. It comes in many different forms and shapes and colours, and it's just really, really beautiful. And amethyst is a stone that does open us to truth, so it is perfect for working with the crown chakra in regards to enlightenment and self-realization. realising our true natures. We've got selenite here, so that's another one that you could use with the crown chakra. So any kind of meditative work as well, you could hold these stones, you could hold amethyst or selenite, you could put a piece on top of your head where your crown chakra is and just let it do its thing, do some crystal healing. I've also got a few pieces of clear quartz here, again another one of my favourite stones, really easy to get hold of and really beautiful, comes in a lot of different forms. So I've got a smaller piece here and a kind of Shiva lingam egg kind of shaped one there, so that's really nice. So yeah, so any of the clear white or purple stones you could use in any kind of crown chakra work. So crystal healing, wearing jewelry, carrying them around with you, putting them in the bath, using them on your in a crystal grid, on your altar, in any kind of ritual work. But yeah, a great way would be to just hold them in meditation and just focus your attention, your awareness to your crown chakra, and, you know, just see what happens. Or you can focus on actually opening that center. So visualize that, feel that, and, you know, allowing the crystal to help in that process. There's lots of different ways that you can use crystals and chakras, and I have talked about them a little bit more in my other videos. But yeah, I hope that's helpful to you. Just to mention a few other stones that you could use would be howlite, apophyllite, herkimer diamond, moonstone, and actually diamond is one that is linked to the crown chakra as well. If you've got any diamond rings sat around, you could just use that. But like I've said before in my other videos, I think setting your intention is always powerful. So I'm going to work with this stone and I'm going to use it to work with my crown chakra, to open my crown chakra, to shift any blockages. You know, set your intention. That is always really powerful. Yeah, and that will really help. Yeah, so I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it's given you a little bit more information about the crown chakra. I will, like I said, probably do further videos talking about spiritual awakening, what that means, maybe share some of my process, my journey, my experience of spiritual awakening, because I do feel that there is a lot of misconception about what actually spiritual awakening is and what it means. And those are actually misconceptions that I've had in myself in the past as well. So I think it would be good to share a bit more about my understanding, my perspective of spiritual awakening, what it is and what it means. So yeah, I will share a bit more about that another time when it feels good. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please do like and subscribe, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.